Language designed to impress builds a gulf. Language to express builds a bridge. Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, let them complain over what might have been, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, let them be discouraged, let them be revengeful and vindictive, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, let them become materialistic and empty, but not you. Let others become ungrateful and stop praying, but not you. Let others give up, but not you. For you know in whom you believe and you know that he is always able. Now, that's you. It only takes one lie to taint your entire testimony. Love is much deeper than a feeling. Love is a commitment we make to people to always treat that person right and honorably. Pay attention. Don't just stagger through the day. Nourish the mind like you would your body. The mind cannot survive on junk food. It is hard to keep that which has not been obtained through personal development. The only thing worse than not reading a book in the last 90 days is not reading a book in the last 90 days and thinking that it doesn't matter. Shortly after I met my mentor, he asked me, "Mr. Rohn, how much money have you saved and invested over the last 6 years?" And I said, "None." He then asked, "Who sold you on that plan?" Life is a unique combination of want to and how to, and we need to give equal attention to both. On the way to work, concentrate on the way, not the work. Learn from the negative as well as the positive, from the failures as well as the successes. You must constantly ask yourself these questions: who am I around? What are they doing to me? What have they got me reading? What have they got me saying? Where do they have me going? What do they have me thinking? And most important, what do they have me becoming? Then ask yourself the big question: is that okay? Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. The same wind blows on us all, the winds of disaster, opportunity, and change. Therefore, it is not the blowing of the wind, but the setting of the sails that will determine our direction in life. Attitude determines choice, and choice determines results. All that we are, and all that we can become has indeed been left unto us. Develop a childlike fascination with life and people. You must learn to translate wisdom and strong feelings into labor. The key to life is to become skillful enough to be able to do rewarding things. We can have more than we've got because we can become more than we are. Never begin the day until it is finished on paper. One discipline always leads to another discipline. Life is a process of accumulation. We either accumulate the debt or the value, the regret or the equity. We must learn to apply all that we know so that we can attract all that we want. Do battle with the enemy. Do battle with your fears. Build your courage to fight what's holding you back, what's keeping you from your goals and dreams. Be courageous in your life and in your pursuit of the things you want and the person you want to become. Welcome all experiences. You never know which one is going to turn everything on. To make progress, you must actually get started. The key is to take a step today. We need to give thought, but we also need to take action. You need to dream without just being a dreamer. The best time to set up a new discipline is when the idea is strong. To have more than you've got, become more than you are. What you become directly influences what you get. I found that when you start thinking and saying what you really want, then your mind automatically shifts and pulls you in that direction. And sometimes it can be that simple, just a little twist in vocabulary that illustrates your attitude and philosophy. Human beings have the remarkable ability to turn nothing into something. They can turn weeds into gardens and pennies into fortunes. One of the first things successful people realize is the old adage, if it is to be, it is up to me. That is, for you, the fact that your success and your course is up to you. This doesn't mean that you do it all alone. It simply means that you take responsibility for your life and your career. Count the cost first. Don't pay too big a price for pursuing minor values. If you depend on your company to take care of your retirement, your future income will be divided by 5. Take care of it yourself, and you can multiply your future income by 5. Leadership is the challenge to be something more than average. You cannot succeed by yourself. It's hard to find a rich hermit. We need to teach our children how to debate the major life issues. Debate strengthens their beliefs and enables them to defend themselves against ideologies that are going to come their way. One customer well taken care of could be more valuable than $10,000 worth of advertising. If you want to have more, you have to become more. Resolve says, I will. The man says, I will climb this mountain. They told me it is too high, too far, too steep, too rocky, and too difficult. But it's my mountain. I will climb it. You will soon see me waving from the top or dead on the side from trying. It is better to be a lender than a spender. You don't have to change that much for it to make a great deal of difference. A few simple disciplines can have a major impact on how your life works out in the next 90 days, let alone in the next 12 months or the next 3 years. Be like a sponge when it comes to each new experience. If you want to be able to express it well, you must first be able to absorb it well. Success lies in the opposite direction of the normal pull. If you say something and back it up with your actions, you will provide the proof for people who are listening to you, and they will much more willingly follow your lead. The key factor that will determine your financial future is not the economy, the key factor is your philosophy. Keep the weeds of negative influence from your life. Farm the seeds of constructive influence. The worst days of those who enjoy what they do are better than the best days of those who don't. It's a new day, a new beginning for your new life. With discipline you will be amazed at how much progress you'll be able to make. What have you got to lose except the guilt and fear of the past? Financial independence is the ability to live from the income of your own personal resources. Sharpen your interest in 2 major subjects, life and people. You will only gather information from a source if you are interested in it. Measure your emotions. You don't need an atomic explosion for a minor point. We need a variety of input and influence and voices. You cannot get all the answers to life and business from one person or from one source. Find someone who is willing to share the truth with you. Leaders, whether in the family, in business, in government, or in education, must not allow themselves to mistake intentions for accomplishments. We all need lots of powerful long-range goals to help us pass the short-term obstacles. Our emotions need to be as educated as our intellect. It is important to know how to feel, how to respond, and how to let life in so that it can touch you. How much should you earn? As much as you possibly can. It doesn't matter whether you earn $10,000 a year or $100,000 a year as long as you've done the best you can.